the Old Testament was a complex process that occurred over an extended period rather than at a single point in time. And the exact timeline of canonization remains debated, with some scholars suggesting it continued into the Christian era. All right, the most popular hypothesis is that it corresponded to three different divisions. This is really good stuff, y'all. Number one was the law referring to the Torah or the Pentateuch. This was canonized in the late 6th century, all right? The prophets in the 3rd century BC, and the writings in the 1st century AD, all right? So let's dig in a little bit more. So F.F. Bruce and Packer, they say the law was the first section of the Old Testament to be written and recognized as canonical due to the fact that it was basically the work of a single prophet, all right? Of course, Moses, and of a very early date, which was edited after his death, but was not open to continual addition. Everybody's heard that scripture before. You should not add to or take away any of the words of this book. Did you notice what the word said? All right, don't add to or take anything away of the words of this book. That is signifying that to the Hebrews, to the Israelites, the law itself was one canon that would eventually become part of the larger canon. All right. So again, the law was the first part to be canonized. All right. So I talked about the 586 BC conquering of the Israelites by Babylon, particularly because of this here, where it says that sections of the Old Testament were produced by authors of later date whose number was not complete until after the return from the Babylonian exile. What, in your opinion, I want to get some interaction here, when it comes to understanding the Babylonian exile, why did, how do I word this? Why do you think that a lot of the writings were not canonized until after the exile was over? So again, the Israelites go, or the Jews, really, the Southern Kingdom goes into exile, in 586 BC into Babylon. We don't see many works being written until after that exile was over. Why do you think that is? Brother Tim, you finally got your shot. Go for it.
All right. I believe that it's what has something to do with it is the fact that in Babylon, a lot of their culture was stripped away from them, and they weren't able to fully express themselves as Israelites or people from Judah for the most part. And once they returned, they were able to be their full selves again.
Very good. All right, good stuff. All right, I love it. Lakeisha, talk to me, dear sister.
One of the simpler reasons was just the fact that they were no longer in exile. And not only were they out of physical exile, but they were out of mental and emotional exile. So coming out of that exile, it awakened their creativity.
Okay. All right. I love it. I love it.